Hey, 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 what's going on, good people? What is going on? I'm Rochelle T. Parks. I am your health motivator, guys. Welcome to another episode of Mindset Talks. We haven't done this in a minute now. It's been a minute, but we're bringing it back. And I am excited to bring to you Miss Tandra Tyler-Vanderbilt from Chicago, Illinois. What's going on, Tandra?
Hey, Coach Ro, how are you? I'm doing good.
Okay, okay. So Tandra, we just gonna jump right into it. Yeah, y'all know Coach Ro I don't have no script. Okay, we just gonna have allow the Holy Spirit to lead. And but I do know that Tandra joined Sugar and Sweet Academy around August time frame, August 2024.
August 2024, yes.
Okay, so first of all, how did you find me, Tandra?
You found me. No, you kept popping up on social on my social media.
Yeah.
And I was like, when it kept popping up, and I was like, I'll press the button, I'll take a look. And then I did, and then I just, you just kept popping up,
Yeah.
and during this time, I was actually like kind of looking for a coach. I knew I needed somebody. I needed some help because I was kind of stuck. But I didn't join this program to lose weight. I could have lost about 15 to 20 pounds, but
Uh-huh.
I was really looking for something because I had been on high blood pressure medication probably since 2018 or 2019.
Mm.
And
Okay.
yeah, and I didn't want to continue on it because I seen how it affected people in my family,
Yeah.
especially my dad.
Mhm.
And he went from like high blood pressure, then it started affecting his kidneys,
Mhm.
and he had a lot of other health issues. He had congestive heart failure. He had to have leg amputation,
Mm.
and yeah, and then he went from that to actually my dad has been down since January of 2022. This,
Wow.
yeah, this is the real issue. I kept feeling like something was getting ready to possibly happen to me, because my dad was so ill. He had started losing his brothers. I believe it was in 2019. 2019, he lost a brother. 2020, he lost a brother. 2021, he lost another brother.
Oh,
And I
wow.
felt like my dad, I felt like the kingdom of darkness was coming from my dad, like
Yeah.
2022. And he did get sick in 2022, and but then he bounced back. But well, at the top of I'm sorry, at the top of 2022, because this is 2025, and it'll be 3 years in January. Um, my dad, we celebrated his birthday,
Okay.
and my dad had some issues going on with his toes on his other foot,
Mhm.
and he needed to get some toes amputated, and
Wow.
he had went in for surgery. He went in for surgery, and the surgery was successful, but he was left without oxygen for I want to say they said like 12 minutes. And so my dad has been in a comatose state with really no brain activity, like right now, like
What?
right now.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
right now. And we would try to talk to my dad about, changing his eating habits, but he was just so set, in his ways, and everything. And so I was thinking about like myself, and I'm thinking about my children, and I didn't want that. And you were the first one. And when you kept popping up in my feed that said, it is not a generational curse. Like, you don't have to die from this. And, my spiritual self, I'm praying, I'm praying, I'm praying, I'm praying, no results, because I'm just like, well, can't this like just go away with prayer? Right? Can't this go away with prayer? Like I'm an intercessor. Can I pray this away? But it's the longer I prayed, the harder I prayed. It wasn't going away, and so I was just ignorant. Not meaning stupid, but just lack the knowledge. And so I'm praying. I'm asking God, to help me. And then that's when I started seeing you a lot. And when you said that, and I was like, well, you know what? I need to push this button. I need to check it out. And so I signed up by default because I thought when I signed up that day that it would be like a couple days later or something, or even the next day. But it was like I got an email right away, and it was like the master class or whatever was happening in the next couple minutes, and I was like, oh my god! I think I probably was even in a car and whatever it was, and I had to pull over and watch it. And so it's like you're like I'm in now, and I
Yeah.
think you were offering you gave one price and another price, then
Right.
whatever. And I'm like, you know what, this is it. I'm joining. I'm going all in. And so when we were on the call the other day in the lunch and learn, I was just giving another update.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I was giving another update. So I guess if I could just make it quick. I did my 6 weeks. I did my 6 weeks with the Sugar and Sweet program. I lost like 40 pounds. Like I said, it wasn't my goal to lose 40 pounds, but I did. And I remember, hearing a story about your husband and coming off his blood pressure medication in 8 days.
Yes, yes.
And I was like, that, was awesome, but that's not my testimony. I didn't come off in 8 days. And some people were coming off in 2 weeks and, a couple weeks or a month. And that was not me. And I began to kind of get frustrated, a little disappointed, but I kept going. And so I joined, the mastery, and everything. And it was with this program, though, that I was on a blood pressure medication that my numbers had even began to be normal, because prior to, I was on a blood pressure medication. I went from 25 milligrams. I think I was on amlodipine.
Yeah.
Then I think they ended up switching me to losartan because I was having some type of allergic something with the amlodipine. But then the 50 wasn't working, and then they took me. I just went to 100 when I joined, 100 milligrams when
So
I
it's
joined.
medication, but the numbers are still not normal.
No, still not normal. And prior to this program, I had joined another program in 2017 to lose the weight, because the doctor told me, hey, if you lose weight, you can come off of blood pressure medication. Well, I followed those rules to the T, because I'm a rule follower like Coach Tooker too, right? And I lost 65 pounds. And so the
Wow.
doctor saw me, and he's like, well, you lost 65 pounds. That's great, but your blood pressure is still up. I said, well, I thought you said if I lost the weight, then my blood pressure would normalize. But
Wow.
that wasn't the case. And so I had just still been, looking. And like I said, the goal was to come off blood pressure medication. So, hearing you, you say that, and knowing that it's not a generational curse, it's a generational pattern,
That's right.
because we eat like we're taught to eat from,
Right.
from our
That's
family.
that's right.
And yeah. And so it's like, okay, well, this can be changed by eating God's food.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, what's God's food and this, that, and the other. So, like I said, I did the sugar and sweet, lost the 40 pounds, but I was still on blood pressure medication.
Uh,
And so, on one of the lunch and learns, I had told, Coach Tooker, what was going on. And I was like, well, I'm going to go raw. Because, I had planned on going raw for the 7 days. And she was like, and I told her, I said, I'm walking, I'm doing 45 minutes, twice a day. And I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, but I'm not getting the results. And I said, I'm gonna go raw. And she was like, okay, well, you need to go raw until. And I was like, until? There's no timeline on until. And so I kind of got upset. I did get upset. I was offended, actually.
uh-huh.
And but I didn't know Coach Tooker. And so afterward, I had to ask God. I was like, what is that in me? What is that in me that would get upset with this lady that I don't know?
Mm.
Why would I react like that? And it was like, it's your flesh. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Come
It's
on.
your flesh that doesn't want to, because it want what it wants.
That's right.
And yeah, and it wasn't until I accepted and I surrendered
Mm.
to the process that
That's
I began to get the results. And what I didn't say, I don't think I had told Coach Tooker, because I had watched another video. It was another young lady, and she went raw and teal.
mm-hmm.
And I don't know if hers were like 2 months or whatever it was, but mine wasn't even 2 weeks before it broke. It wasn't even 2 weeks. So in my mind, I'm thinking it's going to be a long time, but it wasn't a long time. It
Yeah.
was less than, it was less than the 2 weeks,
Yeah.
before it broke, and then everything, just, normalized. And I believe I said to you, you said when you give your body what it needs, it will thrive,
That's right.
and the body will break.
That's
Yeah,
right.
like it will break, right? Because God has given us dominion, He's given us authority, and He's given us power. you know,
That's
yeah,
it.
and it will break. And so on the lunch and learn that I was on, my update was I went to the doctor on the 23rd, so I think it was Friday before last, and I went in for my test results. Let me back because I'm forgetting something. In 2020, when COVID hit, in 2021, I had COVID in 2020. Then 2021, you know how sometimes you still have like symptoms or whatever it was, but I was having a hard time breathing, so I went to the ER. They took some tests. Test results came back, and this is why when I said, my dad had got sick and all his brothers started passing, I'm like, well, it's something's trying to get me, because my test results, I didn't have COVID, but they found some spots. They were like, we want you to follow with your primary care because you have a spot on your lung. We see a spot on your kidneys, and you have a nodule on your thyroid. And my
Mm,
dad also had thyroid issues too. So I'm like, everything my dad was going through, like I'm going through. My sisters may have something, but this is like everything or whatever, that my dad is going through. And so my doctor started, because I didn't have any symptoms of any thyroid issues. Um, but he started sending me for some tests. He sent me for an ultrasound test, and then those tests were inconclusive. Then he sent me for a biopsy of the ultrasound, and that test was inconclusive. So he sent me to a specialist, and the specialist was talking about thyroid removal, um, the whole thyroid, and then he was talking about partial thyroid removal. And I'm like, it didn't sit well with me because the tests were inconclusive. And I didn't want to be on blood pressure medication. But if I get any parts of the thyroid removed, I would have to be on medication for the rest of my life. That just did not make sense to me.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so, yeah, I told him, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable with that. And so I just told my primary care doctor, let's just continue to monitor it. And so he sent me back for another ultrasound, and he sent me back for another biopsy. And then I had another test that he was sending me for. And I don't think that he ordered the genetic testing of it, but the doctor that was there asked me, she was like, I don't see the paperwork for it, but if you want it, you're interested, we'll do this test. So she did the test, right? So in my follow-up doctor's appointment that I just had on the 23rd, first of all, he told me, he was like, I don't even recognize you, because from the time that I went to the doctor up until then, I lost an additional 58 pounds. I did
What?
not, yes, I did not try. I'm the smallest that I have ever been. I've been plus size all my life. When
Like,
I started this program, I was 216 pounds. Today, I'm like 157.
what?
Yes. And
Oh
so, as a matter of
my
fact,
goodness.
yes, I
That's
had
a
just
whole new
ordered
wardrobe. That's a whole new wardrobe.
two whole new wardrobes, because when I started, I was a large, and then I was a medium. And now I just told my husband I had to send all of these clothes just back just yesterday. And I had to now have to get small because the mediums look too bulky on me. This is a whole new world for me. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about this. Uh, I don't. But the doctor's like, I don't recognize you. He was like, you really look great. He told me my blood pressure was normal. My
Uh-huh.
blood pressure was normal.
Yeah.
And what else did he tell me? So I hadn't seen the test results yet from
Mm-hmm.
the thyroid, but neither had he.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I don't have it back yet. And then he was looking, he was like, wait a minute, they're right here. So he said, well, let's look at the test results together. I'm like, well, let's look at them. So he's looking at them. Test results are negative. Negative, a less than 3% chance that you could have cancer.
Yeah.
And when I started your program, the nodule on the thyroid began to shrink.
Mm.
It began to shrink. That was
Mm.
my prayer. But the thyroid nodule began to shrink, and there's no cancer, less than 3%, chance. He sent me for my blood work. I was always vitamin D deficient, and I know that you promote the Shackley supplements,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not taking the Shackley supplements because I
Mhm.
just wanted to see what God's food would
Food.
do. Yes.
Absolutely.
So he sent me for the blood work right after, and I told him I can go today because I haven't eaten anything. So I
Yeah.
got the test results back. I was reading them on my own, and they look pretty normal to me. But he did text me through the medical app,
Yeah.
and all of my blood work is normal.
Oh,
My vitamin D is up. I didn't know anything about the blood glucose. I didn't have an issue or whatever with that, but I'm still monitoring. It's normal. Everything is normal.
all
It is
with
normal.
food. All with
All,
God's food.
all with God's food. All with God's
You
food.
know how many people? First of all, this is what the stats tell me. The stats tell me that 3/4 of America's population has high blood pressure. Like 3/4 of the people. Like if I go into any setting, whether I'm at a school, I was at a award ceremony for my daughter this morning. I promise
Yes.
you, sitting in the auditorium, 3/4 of the people in there had high blood pressure. Okay,
Yes.
that's what the
Yes.
stats say. So many people dealing with high blood pressure. So many people dealing with thyroid issues. You know, I get
Yes.
these DMs all the time. Can you help me? Normalize my blood pressure. Can you heal my thyroid? Do I?
Yes.
The doctors want to remove it. I like what can I do? And I always say all roads lead back to God's food. That's my thing.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you have going on. Food is the foundation. That's why
Yes.
I tell people when you understand the cell theory, and I know people, if y'all not in the rowboat, you need to be in the rowboat. But when you understand the cell theory, you understand what I say when I say all roads lead back to God's food, because food is the foundation to achieving optimal health. Food is. It's not medication. I say medication doesn't heal the body. Medication treats the body.
Yes.
Okay. Medication can save your life. Okay,
Yes.
but God's food will heal your body.
Yes.
Medications don't heal. Medications treat. And that was a revelation that God gave me, not too long ago. Because I think when we go to the hospital and we go to the doctor and we get the medication, we think it's going to heal, but
Yes.
medications don't heal. Medications treat. And so
Yes.
when a person is just like if you're diabetic or high blood pressure and you go and they put you on medication, they're not really intending for you to ever get off that medication. They don't really intend, because the medication is not to heal you. You have to make changes to your dietary intake in order to
Yes.
get off the medication. They don't like you could be on that medication forever, as you know. Like anybody, if you're not going to make any changes, you'll never get off the medication. So that's why it's not the medication, it's the food. Because when I
Yes.
say when you change what you put in your body changes, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
So
And you know what the doctor told me? He said, when he was like, I'm so, proud of you. He said, and I know you may not believe this. He said, because a lot of patients don't. He said, but he said patients don't believe that doctors actually are happy when they can remove medication, from their patient. He was like, but he said that he said, I'm very excited, to do that, for you. And I was like, and I'm glad to have you do that. Glad to
absolutely,
have you do that. Yes,
yeah, that was a
for
good
me.
doctor.
Yeah. And I told him too, I told him about, the program, and I told him about healing at the cellular level. And I told him I do understand that, the physicians are there to treat the symptom. They're not there to get to the root. They're not there to get to the root, of it. And I don't think I really thought about that until I heard you,
Yeah.
until I heard you say that. And so I wanted to say that. And it was another thing that I wanted to say that is coming to my mind. This is what I said in Lunch and Learn, was that I think it's like I was doing, like everything, to the T and following everything. But this is the spiritual moment that I had.
Mm,
And, it was like, because if I'm following everything, to a T, then my spiritual moment and what God was asking was, so is it you? Is it what you're doing? He's like, I gave this program to Coach Rowe to help my people,
mm.
but I am the healer. Your faith is in me.
That's right.
You know? You know, he said, your faith is in me, because if not, and that just could be for me in the way that I'm, the way that I'm looking at it. Because if you like, yes, if you are following, everything or whatever to the T, then it's like, well, you're just waiting for the test results. But, the goal is to bring glory to God, because that's what your whole program is centered around.
That's
is
right.
is God. And he is our healer. He is Jehovah Rapha,
Right.
and he will do it. It's about the commitment, consistency. It's about the, surrendering. It's about saying a yes, a whole yes, and not a yeah.
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know
And a whole yes and not a yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
it's a whole yes,
Yeah.
because, and like I said, we want what we want, and
Mhm.
we try to, do a little here and do a little there. And I think I was saying to you, the other day, for those that are in the rowboat already, or those that are coming, Coach Rowe has heard it all. And I don't know you, I just hear Coach Rowe has heard it all. So when people come in and they, try to bring, their things that they know, or can I do it like this or that? I'm like, y'all don't know Coach Rowe. It don't take you that long. You're not gonna get past her. She done seen it all. She done heard it all. She's not gonna add anything extra to this program. It is what it is. You're not getting past her, and you just need to surrender and do it. You will see the results. It will happen. It will happen. Just don't
Yeah.
get weary.
No, yeah,
Yes,
tell people it's not if, it's just when. Like it's not if
it's
it
just when.
because it will work. But you
Yes,
ask for a win. I can't tell you when. I just know. Just keep doing it. And so but every time, so this is what I know when people, that's why if the buy-in is that it's a lifestyle, like when you know that this
yes,
is a lifestyle, who cares when? Now, of course, when
yes,
I say who cares, of course you want it sooner than later, but when you're asking me when you're trying to put a timestamp on it, to me that's a diet. Like you're trying to,
yes,
it's because the diet has a beginning and an end. How long? How long? Like when is it over? Like no,
yes,
this there is no. So God gave me this. I probably came up, but probably gave me this maybe in 2017, 2018, maybe. I think it was maybe 2017. I said, there is no finish line on the road to optimal health.
yes,
There is no finish line. So when people say how long or when, like you're looking for the finish line, there is no finish line. Like we're on this journey forever. Like we're on
yes,
this journey forever. It's a constant, journey. We never reach the destination. We're always pushing, always pressing toward. Okay,
yes,
keeping the eyes on the prize. Like that is the thing, and so it never ends. And so when people say, "Well, how long?" I don't know, but it will happen. You just got to keep doing it. Like, are you committed to making this a lifestyle? If the answer is yes, then it doesn't matter how long. Just keep doing it and trust and believe that that better will be had by you too. And so, and I just think about when she touched the hem of his garment, right? He said, "Your
yes,
faith." Your
yes,
faith has made you whole. You understand?
yes,
So people have to trust and believe. Trust and believe. If you come in here, you can come in here and not believe, okay, and be doing all the right things, and it might
yes,
not work for you, okay?
yes,
You understand? Like God, His word is true, and so it
yes,
is a spiritual thing. So you can't trick the system, okay?
right.
Trick the system, and He knows everybody's heart, to include mine. And people say, "Well, God knows." I'm like, "Yep," and our hearts are wicked. He said they're wicked.
Yes,
So people,
absolutely.
yeah, they come here and try to trick the system. I'm like, first of all, you sought me out. Like you looked for
Yes,
me, like you came, you voluntarily. Nobody made you join this program. Like you came and you do this, and then you fight. I'm like, why? Don't fight. Like don't fight.
yes,
Come in.
yes.
Like you said, surrender.
Surrender.
I heard a message the other day. I think I shared this on one of the calls. Um, it was Pastor Alvin Love the Third, Nashville Life Church. Yeah, it's in
Okay.
Nashville. He said he was talking about surrendering, right? And he was talking about
Yes,
um, something like putting something under your feet, like and he was saying it's hard to put something under your feet when you struggle to be under the feet of Jesus. Like
yes,
it's hard for you to surrender. It's hard for you to get control of something, right? if you don't want to surrender control to somebody else.
Yes.
You
Yes.
understand? So I was like, ooh, that was good. That
Yes.
was good. So I'm like, yeah, so we're struggling with whatever the, people say, oh, Coach Roy, it's difficult, the sugar addiction or the, whatever it is, the caffeine, whatever the addiction is, whatever the struggle is, it forces you to look at you. Like, what, like, why are you struggling to get this to your feet? Are you struggling to be under the feet of Jesus?
Right.
Are you struggling there? Is that an issue? Are you struggling to surrender? And so that just, and if we're honest, that's what it is a lot of times when we have
Yes.
something that's I'm like, man, can't get a hold, like the difficulty. Well, this because it's a difficult. That's why I believe how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yes.
So if it's an issue here, it's an issue somewhere else in your life.
Yes. Yes.
It truly is an issue. And so when we acknowledge that, um, when we really can humble ourselves and be transparent and do away with the pride and just really look yourself in the mirror. When you really
Yes.
look yourself in the mirror, you be like, you know what, you ain't who you say you are. Like, damn, like like let's get it together.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
most people out here, like, I'm using these terms loosely, but false prophets, like they're out
Yep.
here faking the funk,
Yeah.
and they've been allowed to get away with it for so long.
Yes.
But then you come in this program, and I'm forcing you to look at you and people. They fight. They don't want to
Yes.
look at them. They don't want to. They take get a spirit of offense.
Yes.
Which is a trick of the enemy. That's what the enemy wants you to be offended, so you can go running, right?
Yes. You'll go running, and you won't make it to your purpose, your goal, your destiny. Yeah. You won't if you don't be aware of the little foxes.
Uh, I promise. You just said something. I just podcast dropped yesterday, and that
Mhm.
is what I said. I said, if you are addicted, I said, you cannot possibly fulfill the purpose that God has for you if
Yes.
you're an addict.
Yes.
You can't. You can't do it. And so even for those people that say, oh no, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I promise you, you're leaving money on the table, figuratively speaking, and literally speaking. You're leaving money on the table if you are not well, if you have any type of addiction, you are not in your purpose the way God would have you to be. You
Yes.
And
Yeah.
again, so many people have been allowed to stay there, and knowing that they're not well, knowing that they're not treating their bodies well, knowing that they're an addict, knowing all
Yes.
these things, and they could be doing well in their business or in whatever, in their profession. But I promise you that they're not doing it the way God would have them to do it. You know,
Yeah. Absolutely. You want to live a long, healthy, prosperous, anointed life,
and
right? Yeah, I
we're
was listening to
free.
what you were just saying too about I think it was like three things I wanted to say.
Mhm.
This program is definitely tailored to be a lifestyle.
Yeah,
It's very easy. Very easy. I know we are so used to getting in the program and you're being told what to eat and no, it is not that. You can eat from this right here and you put it together.
that's right.
So yes, it is definitely a lifestyle. Look, my husband is overflow and my daughter is overflow, and she just, went to, prom and she was down like 40 pounds in 4 weeks. In 4 weeks. In 4 weeks. In
So
four
we
weeks. And
expecting the babies too, okay? Teenagers.
yes,
Wow.
yes,
Come
teenager.
on.
She's seven, she's
Overflow.
seven, she's 17. And one of the things, even with um, that because you can have the program, but and this is what I had heard in prayer, right? And it wasn't a strong man because through this program, the strong man has been defeated. But
Okay.
the strong man is not the same thing as the stronghold because
Mm,
you can have strongholds are the lies that
mm,
you have come into agreement with,
mm, mm.
and with my daughter when I was talking to her, and Lord is like, no, it's not the strong man. The strong man has been defeated. It's like stronghold, and so I was asking her, I was like, so. if this is the program, you're doing, and I try to make it very simplified for her where it doesn't seem like a diet and this is really just a lifestyle, something she can do. And I said, but do you believe that what you eat, what you put into your body, that um, that your body will strive and that your body will be able to release the weight, or you just always see yourself as plus size or overweight, or whatever. And that's what she believed. She didn't believe that she was able to lose any weight and that she just should just be this way because this is just what it is. And I'm like, so you have to come out of agreement with that in order to break that stronghold. And when she did, she began to release the weight through the program and through renewing of your mind, right?
Right.
You have to renew your mind. If it doesn't start here, it has to start here first. You can
That's
have a blueprint, everything can be in front of you. But until you have that made up mind and you begin to renew your mind, right? And then
it.
it all begins to come together where you begin to see the effects, and the change.
Right.
So I wanted to say that. I wanted to say it was another quote that I remember hearing, but it just reminded me of this. And it's like, if you think wellness is expensive, try illness because either
Okay.
way you go, you're gonna be paying. And it's just better to go that way. And then another thing with this program, and all the support, and everything, with the calls. And there was one young lady, I think her name was Mona, but everything would look so good the way that she would be posting everything. And I'm not a poster. I'm not a poster. But like right now, just like from her and seeing other people, not only am I like making, I have your cookbook, right? So I do your sausages, which they're awesome, but I'm making mayonnaise. I'm making mayonnaise,
I
me.
love
I'm making mayo. Oh my God.
it. Okay, okay. Where did you get the recipe?
I got the recipe from I think I went on Pinterest. I went
Uh,
on Pinterest, but Mona from the group, because somebody, because when you posting the food, they look and they're like, "Ooh, that look good. What's on there?" But
right.
the coaches, they ask and it look good, but if it's not what it's supposed to be, they gonna get you. So, but
Ah,
Mona was like, "No," she was like, "I made this." And it was like avocado oil, egg, just something simple, like three or
yeah.
four ingredients. I didn't know how easy it was to make, but yeah, so I'm like making so many things
I
here
love
at home. Like even, I don't know, this is not in your cookbook, but biscuits, like three ingredient biscuits, because I used to feed my family the biscuits, the Pillsbury biscuits all
Pillsbury.
the time.
Yeah.
Right. But I saw your reel that you released and I was like, oh God, this is not good for my family. It's not good for my family. So now I'm even making biscuits. This is
Yeah.
like three ingredients and,
Yes.
real salt. I didn't know nothing about
It
that.
makes
And
it delicious.
it's
They makes
delicious.
I know my husband makes these. I think it is. It's like two or three ingredients for his biscuits. I'm like,
Yes.
what? Yeah, he makes them too.
It,
We love
oh
them.
my God.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Delicious. So
Yeah.
this program really is a godsend. It's
Yeah.
for me, for my for my family. I think I was telling you, I think Friday I was with a group of people, three of them signed up for your program.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. I was talking to another, young lady, a good friend of mine that I was talking to, and I always try to encourage her, and telling her about the program. And then when I told her what the going price is now, she was like, you know what? Don't say nothing else. I'm joining. She joined the other day. So she's going to be tuning into that, class or whatever that's coming up. And so you would think my husband was in the rowboat because he tells more people about it, I think, than I do. And so he has, his people are signing up, and he's just telling them, my wife, she's off blood pressure
Oh,
medication, she
man.
done lost all this weight. And so, I'm
Oh,
like, listen, I don't have the answers, but I can point y'all to the person that the
that's
Lord pointed me to. So y'all can get
amazing.
in this
So
boat. Yeah.
between you and your daughter, you've lost almost 100 pounds.
Yes, yes, yes,
Oh man, that is
yeah.
that right there. See, this is why. This is why I do this. You understand? Like this is. So when I say, you see, when I am the hope, right? And
Yes,
I am the hope. Like you are the hope for the
yes.
generational health of your family. So your daughter at 17. Do you know? So we already know what it did for her physical health, but what about her mental health? Okay. What about her
Oh
spirit?
God.
You understand? So
Yes, yes.
like her confidence.
Her
Okay, like
confidence.
all
Yes.
of this. And then,
Yes.
okay, that's a different dress for prom. Okay, that's a different dress. You
Yes.
see, that's a
She was feeling
different
herself too.
dress. She was
She
feeling
was feeling
herself. I
herself.
know.
Somebody was like, they video her. They was like she was floating. Like when she walked out, she was floating. She wasn't walking, but she
What's her
really
name?
did.
What's
She
your
did.
daughter's name?
Taylor. Her name is Taylor. Taylor-Vanderbilt. She's a
Taylor,
really good.
honey, I am so proud of you. Congratulations. Taylor, you are the hope now. Okay, you are
Yes.
the hope. Now, because what I say is you are the hope not only for the generational health of your family, but for the generational health of everybody in your sphere of influence. So all
Yes.
those young girls and young boys that are looking at you, and everybody wants to lose weight. I don't
Yes.
believe it's exactly what you said, Tandra, when you say people, when you said maybe your daughter believed you had to come out of agreement with the lies. These
Yes. Yes.
strongholds in your, and these lies, these narratives that we create in our minds where we say, well, I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like, this is the way God made, and I'm fine. So I don't think anybody is happy with
Right.
being overweight. I think we
Yes.
just accepted it because we feel like there's nothing we can do. So, and I
Yes.
think when people say they're unhappy, it doesn't mean you're depressed about it. I'm not saying you're depressed about it, but
Yeah.
I believe that everybody, if given an opportunity to lose weight, I think
Yes.
people want to lose the weight. But they are just it's kind of like now this is just my belief, okay?
Yes.
It's kind of like it's like self-preservation. It's a coping thing. So you just say, you know what? Because you don't want to be let down. So you say it's okay. I've accepted it.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
it. You understand? But I've
Yes.
never met a person, Tandra. I've never met a person that's come through this program and can't lose weight. There hasn't been one.
If you get one, they're not following. They're
And
not follow. They not following the program.
you
They not in
already
the
know.
rowboat.
They're not
Yeah.
in the rowboat. They got
They not in
all
the
the
rowboat.
bitches out the boat. Okay, they're not
That's
in here.
right.
You're not losing weight. So I tell people that's low hanging fruit. Like like what else? What else you want? Because you're gonna lose the weight. If you have weight to lose, you will lose it. So I'm not even worried about that. What are the other issues? Like, is it the
Yes.
blood pressure? Is it diabetes? Is it, what I'm saying? We're dealing with hot flashes, inflammation, okay? Arthritis. Like, what are the other issues? Because the weight is easy. Weight,
Yes.
that's
It's easy. People not gonna believe that, but you trust me. It is. I
it's
have, like I
easy.
said, I'm like 157, but like that 160. Like that's where like my body,
Yeah.
like kind of is. And
For over two
so
pounds.
yes, yeah. So even if because this is a lifestyle, so it's not like, because some people, once you start losing, you may start saying, well, when am I gonna stop losing? Your
Uh,
body, you giving your body God's food, it will stop
it
when
was
there's
not
nothing else that they need to release. So you
right.
don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about it. You just
That's
have to
right.
do it.
Just do it. Oh, I
Just
love that.
do
I
it.
love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so many, I tell the people that, and they're like, no, I'm eating healthy. I'm like, listen, eating healthy doesn't promote disease. Eating
No.
healthy doesn't promote obesity or overweight. Eating healthy, you understand? So when people tell me, I'm like, no, I said, you're eating as healthy as you know healthy to be, right?
Right.
But that's why we perish for lack of knowledge because you don't know, like you
Yeah.
don't know. And so people say, okay, well, I'm eating healthy. I said, well, then maybe you're not eating healthy enough for you because what one person may be able to eat, the next person may not be able to eat. I know
Right.
Tuka, during her earlier years, we found out she couldn't do a lot of tomatoes, and Tuka loved
Yeah.
tomatoes. Okay, great
Yeah.
tomatoes. And I remember I had her going raw, and her numbers were still, her blood sugar was still elevated. I'm like, what is going on? I said, well, what Tuka? I said, send me a picture of this salad. I'm zooming in. I said, well, how many tomatoes is on there? She said, about 15 tomatoes on there. I said, Uncle, what are you doing? It was, the little thing of grape tomatoes. She ate the whole thing. I said, no, Tucker, we can't do that. No, I said, no, because tomato it's really a fruit.
It
You
really is
know,
fruit.
it's really a fruit. People don't know that. Tomato is a
Yes.
fruit, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It
So
is.
like botanically speaking, it's a fruit. Nutritionally speaking, we call it a vegetable. But tomatoes are really
Yes.
fruit. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm like, Tickle, you can't do these tomatoes like that. So I had to take away all her tomatoes, right? Get her numbers down, and then we had to see how many she could have. Okay, so we had to
Yeah.
ration them back, like a little bit at a time to see. And I was like, wait a minute, I started looking. I said, how many tomatoes on that side? She said, oh, about 15. I said, oh, no, we can't do that. So we have to, but see, tomatoes don't affect me like that. So
Right.
what my point is, everybody's different. You know,
Everybody's different.
that's why you learn. So when people talk about this customized meal plan, yeah, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn how to customize a meal plan for you based on how
Yep.
your body is responding to the food that you eat. So people
Yes.
think when I say customized meal plan, then I'm gonna customize. No, 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 no. You are.
Exactly.
You are going to customize it. Okay, you're gonna learn because I'm not living with you. You know, I don't know. No, when you start checking these numbers and you see how your body is responding, you start making mental notes, right? You're like, oh, okay, like
Exactly.
I know right now what spikes my numbers. I know what I
Yes.
can eat. I know, I've been doing this for so long. I know,
Yes.
and that's it becomes a lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I do those reels sometimes. Eating the different things, the Wendy's and the
Yes.
cookie, and all these things, just to show people, So everybody's like, well, of course, you're eating a crumble cookie, your number's gonna spike. I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, mine will come back down, and then mine is not even gonna spike as much as somebody else who
Else
has
is yes.
you understand? So if it's
Yes.
doing this to my body, imagine what it's going to do to yours. That if you're eating like this all the time, I don't even eat
Yes.
like this all the time, you know.
Right.
And so just trying to make the point, like this is not good. And then my numbers come back down, like yours not. It's going to be up there
Right.
for a minute, you know.
Exactly.
So that's the thing people don't realize. And so I still, I wear it, because I
Yes.
always want to know. I
Yes.
always want to know how my body is responding, and it's a good conversation piece too, because people always say, "Now wait a minute, you the coach, but you diabetic." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not diabetic. This is just for awareness. I am not diabetic. I just always want to know how my body is responding
Yes.
the food that I eat. And sometimes, I do little experiments, see what my number is, and I eat something and see what, just to see. I'm always checking,
Yes.
and so I change it out every 10 days. And I guess it's been over a year now. It's probably been close to 2 years, maybe 2 years,
Oh
maybe it's been
wow.
over 2 years I've been wearing it, maybe. But
Oh.
my husband he still pricks his finger. He said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna still stick my finger. I said, well, you prick on, okay? I'm gonna put this patch on. I like it. It's too convenient. It's so convenient. I can just look at my phone at any time and see
Yeah.
what my glucose is, and they give you, a lot of other stuff too, a lot of insights and things like that. But I just like the number.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I am excited
Two,
for
it's
you.
two things as you was talking that came to my mind that I think that people should know too. Since I
Mhm.
started this program in August, I have not had to take any aspirin for a headache. I will always have a headache. I haven't. I remember my husband asked me, he was like, babe, we don't have any Advil. I wouldn't know because I don't take, I haven't had to take any aspirin. No, no headaches, no
Wow.
aspirin.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
the
used to.
regular thing, getting a headache all the time.
Yes. Yeah. I used to have a headache. I used to have a headache all the time.
That's
I used to have,
check engine light. That's a check engine light that you had, okay? That we was just
yeah,
ignoring. That's all it was with check engine light. That says something is wrong, okay?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. But
Mhm.
I haven't had it. Haven't had to have any aspirin. And I used to have like like little knee swelling like more often than normal.
Mhm.
But that's no longer. That's
Mm-mm.
no longer. So people, y'all need to come on in this rowboat.
So
come
you're
on in
just
the
a
rowboat.
whole new person, Tandra.
I am. That's really something because I'm like, Lord, help me to look identify or come into this whole new person, that I am,
You look
of
different. Is your hair the same or is your hair different too?
my hair's the same.
Okay, so the hair is the
Yeah,
same, but the body is different. Your
it's,
blood work is different. Okay, your clothes are different.
yeah, it's
Your
different.
body feels different.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, everything, everything.
Everything. That's
Yeah,
amazing. So it gives credence to when I talk about how the body rebuilds itself. When I talk about the $6 million man and we can rebuild them, right? You have
yes,
rebuilt yourself. You understand?
yes,
like with God's food, like cell by cell, the body has healed itself. Okay,
Yes.
I
Right. Which
mean,
is why we need to stay consistent, which is why the people need to stay consistent to allow the body to rebuild itself. Right? Because if you're doing good for a couple weeks and you're like, well, I'm eating God's food, and then you go back,
that's
like you have to start all over,
that's
whatever, because you done messed up the process. So you
that's,
have to trust the process and stay committed and stay consistent so that you can get the results that you really want.
that's so
Because
good.
yeah,
So good. So what I tell people is when you go back, you go back. Okay.
you go back.
You go back. You understand the cell theory, like
Yeah,
food is a message. It's a messenger. Like food, the
yeah,
food is a messenger. It's either building up your cells or breaking them down. Right.
yes,
That's all. Like that's what food is saying. Food, like the cells are made up from the food, right? And so food is either building you up or breaking you down. There is no in between. Whatever
yes,
you eat is so when I tell people there is no such thing as all of a sudden. There's no all of a sudden. There's
right.
no all of a sudden nothing. Okay?
Yeah,
Like what I eat today is not for me today, it's for my future self. Because what I eat today is gonna build the cells, okay? Gonna create form the cells that will build my, form my tissues, that will form my organs, my organ
yeah,
system, that will
yeah,
ultimately be me. So
yes,
everything we do today is for our future self.
absolutely.
Whoever we are today, that started in the past. That didn't.
Yeah,
So when people come all of a sudden, like all of a sudden, it's no all of a sudden. This thing been brewing. Okay,
yes,
these
yes,
these 3.8 million cells being replaced every second of our lives. Okay, every second. So my question is, what are you replacing them with?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
And I didn't know anything about the cellular theory. I didn't know anything about that. My doctors didn't tell me anything about that. My parents didn't tell me anything about that. They
well,
didn't know about
that right. The doctor
that.
probably don't know anything about that. But that's
Yeah,
just basic biology. It's basic biology.
yeah,
It's basic biology. They learned that probably in eighth or ninth grade. It's basic biology. Cells form tissues, tissues form organs, organs form organ systems form the organism. It's basic biology. It
yes. So
really
we
is.
we don't have to. We do not have to perish because of lack of knowledge. But then the Bible also talks about those perishing because they reject knowledge. So you
Mm.
can have the knowledge, but you reject it. We don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to do that. Don't have to do that.
No, I know some people. That's why I say I'm only looking for the people who are looking for me. You know how
Yeah.
people scroll past me, okay? They see
Mm.
my stuff pop up. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Ah, don't say it. Don't say it. They do not want to hear it because they don't want to change. They want change, but they don't want to change. Okay?
Right. They don't
They
do what
want
it takes to
no,
change.
absolutely not. You say, how many people want change? How many people want to change? They don't
Yeah.
want to change. I'm like, no. I said you can't have changes without changing. Like
Yes.
change is change. You can't have change without change.
Without change. Yep. No change. No change.
No change, no change. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, but they really people because we just want to keep sowing into this flesh. Just that addiction is strong.
Yes, it is.
So the body wants what it wants. Period. So but I am super excited for your entire family and for all your
Thank you.
friends, family, everybody that's watching.
Yeah.
At wherever it's at work, church, neighbors, wherever. Just people see it. People
Yes.
see it, and so clearly, they're getting in the boat too. So praise
They're
God that
getting that
you're
vote.
influencing the people, you and your husband, and that's just great, man. Saving
Yes.
lives,
Yes.
saving lives. That's
Yes.
that is the hope. That's been my prayer for a very long time.
Yes.
I was a young girl. I used to say, I want to be like E.F. Hutton, right?
Mm.
And there was this old commercial. I think it was insurance, whatever. But the commercials used to say, "When E.F. Hutton speaks, everybody listens." Right? And
Yeah.
so I said, "Oh, I want to be like E.F. Hutton. I want people that like when I speak, you like not just hear me, but heed my words." Okay?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like do it because it works. I truly
Yes.
believe He tells me, God tells me, and I tell you. And I'm because the only thing I'm doing is taking you back to Him. You know,
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And what you spoke, you wanted to be like E.F. Hutton, is happening right now. Look, you're the best prophet of your life. I heard a prophet say that. We are the best prophets of our lives. We prophesy to ourselves.
that's right. That's right. You're right. You're right. You're right. And the word is spreading. I mean, it's not too many places I can go where I'm not recognized. I was recognized twice yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, wherever, it doesn't matter the state I'm in. People are seeing, they're getting this message. And people, this one
Yes.
lady, the funniest thing was this lady was like, "You're the God's food lady." Like she called me the God's food lady. It is me. It is me. And normally they say, "Oh, you the health lady," or but I get it all the time, and so it's a blessing that the word is spreading, right? So
Yes.
I just say, to God be the glory. People getting the message, and
Yes. You
so,
are allowing you are allowing those of us that are striving to make it to our purpose and destiny to do so. You're
mm,
you are allowing that. I mean, we got to present our bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is our reasonable service. It's the least you could do.
at
It's
least,
the least. It's
mm,
the least you can do. So for God to be able to, use us as we are getting older and not. One person was like, I heard him say, he was like, "Oh, God can use you now. You all broke down now. You all broke down. Now it's like, oh, God, use me. No, it's like, no, God, use me. Heal me and use me for
that's
your service.
it.
Use me for your service. So it won't be no bumps in the road when it's your time and you get out there, but now you don't feel sick. No, you can have the opportunity to get in this rowboat and to heal your body so that you can make it to your purpose and destiny. What more can you ask for?
Come on,
Come on. We got all the answers right here.
that's it. Mm.
Simple.
That's it. That is exactly how I feel too. I'm just showing people like what's possible. I'm 54 years
Yes.
old. Like I'm running a marathon every month. I'm showing people like this is possible.
Yeah.
This is possible. Okay. Well, we know
Yeah.
we got all things are possible, but it's how what is it depends on what I put in this body. I can't be eating
Yeah.
trash every day and expecting to run a marathon every month. Okay.
Right. Right.
Body won't do it. It'll break down.
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to do it. My knees wouldn't take it. Okay, but I'm
Yes.
doing it. And not perfect. I don't want anybody to think Coach Rowe out here perfect, eating this and living the perfect life, eating nuts, berries, and twigs all day, as I say. That's not. I don't do that. But I
Yeah.
do believe that I make more healthy deposits than I do unhealthy withdrawals. I do believe that. So that is it. So
Yes.
so guys. So
Thank
for
you.
those,
Thank you. Thank
say
you.
again. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I said thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank
you're
you. Thank
welcome. You are welcome. So, for those want to know, like, what program is this, y'all? This is the Sugar Ain't Sweet Academy. It is a 6-week program, health coaching program with a year of support. Okay, community support and coaching. So, I do a free master class 7 days a week. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the link is iamthehopemasterclass.com. Iamthehopemasterclass.com. It will be in the caption of this video. And I know many people ask about the supplements I take and all that will be in the caption of the video, you all. So congratulations to Tandra and her
thank
family for just doing an amazing job, being an amazing example. And God is pleased. Okay? I can
Amen.
say that God is pleased.
Amen.
You're honoring Him by taking care of your temple. So that's a
Yes.
blessing. That's a
Yes.
blessing. So I thank you for this opportunity. This video right here will not only change lives; it's going to save lives. I promise you.
Yeah.
It's going to
Thank
save
God.
lives. It's going to answer a lot of questions for people. It's going to be the push that people need to make themselves the priority. Like literally,
Yes.
that's what's needed. Okay.
Good. To God be the glory. Yes.
Yeah. So I thank you. I thank you. And we just gonna keep rowing in the boat. I tell them we in the boat. We just gonna keep
We
rowing.
in the
Okay?
road. Keep rowing. We in the boat. We in the boat.
We're keep rowing. So that is it, y'all. Listen, thank you. I am Rochelle T. Parks. I am your health motivator, guys. Thank you so much to Tandra, Tyler-Vanderbilt. Thank you to
Thank
your
you.
husband for allowing you to spend this time with me. Okay,
Absolutely.
the devil thought he has. Okay, but no. God is greater. Okay,
Yes, he
God
is.
is greater. We can't be stopped. So y'all, love you all so much. Love you all with the love of the Lord. Check this out. Share this. Okay, share this video with all who will listen. Okay, but most importantly, share the link to the masterclass. All right, and help somebody get free. Okay, help somebody live out their God-given purpose. Okay, by first healing their body. And that's all we have. We love y'all. We out. Peace.